Welcome back to another study session. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date, hit the notification bell if you want a reminder to study, and like if you did your homework. Today, as you can tell, we're getting into the workbook now. Because we skipped 16, we are on 17. I think after Unit 17, we're going to go back, but there is 3 steps for the homework, which, if my spacing is correct, it should work out that this will end, for example, right, if I do step 1 today, step 2 tomorrow, step 3 the next day, then it should land on my lesson day, which is good. However, that's only 5 days because we did 2 days of my other book, and we need 7, so that way we get a full week. Other than that, I think I might throw in 1 day of reading with the Yotsua, so I can just continue trying to read that. And then I will also throw in 1 day of, I haven't really decided yet. It might be just a review, just because I kind of want to show what I'm going to be doing for my journals from now on. Since this is a more speaking focused, book, I kind of want to show what I'm trying to do with my journal. And it's going to be, a speaking journal, so might get to that. Another thing, national holiday in Japan coming up, so I don't have a Japanese lesson after this week, which means I might do a throwback review to Genki for the time being, just to kind of look at the next unit, because I still was a little bit curious, because I think we're getting into Keigo, which might also help with lesson 16, but who knows. Anyways, today I think we're just going to do step 1, call it at that, and then we'll get to tomorrow. So, step 1, Ramu-san, the example, Ramu-san wa, okay. That's all for today. I think the worksheets might be a little bit quicker since it's just what do the examples do, which is kind of nice, because at least with Genki it's kind of like, hey, make your own examples with the vocabulary you should have already practiced, and it's like, I don't know what actual good examples would be, but like playing an instrument, driving a car, which is the fastest, which is the tallest, which do you like the most, which is the biggest, things like that actually kind of helps guide my thought, because it's like, oh, these are the more common words we use in our speaking, rather than like, oh, Mary-san is going to make chopsticks, and which machine that makes chopsticks is the fastest. It's like, I'm not going to be in the situation of a conversation doing that. So, obviously, I feel from this first lesson, and from what my teacher kind of, did for the first lesson, it feels more like situations I would run into, rather than obscure scenarios that are happenstance for the sake of learning the grammar in the textbook. Not to say that experiences in the Genki textbook are bad or you won't encounter, but for example, the homestay. I'm an adult. I'm not gonna experience a homestay at this point in my life. So things around that aren't necessarily like relevant to me, and it's hard for me to make it stick. As to where, like, if I hear someone play an instrument, I'm like, oh, I don't have the experience of playing an instrument, which Gakki uh, Gakki o Jozu janai desu. No wa koto ga dekimasen. I don't have experience of playing what I just said. So no wa, like no, as in the topic we're talking about now is no wa koto ga dekimasen. So it's like now I can say that, which is pretty nice that I can just off rip kind of say that just from practicing koto ga dekimasu, koto ga dekimasen. And now I can also use yori a little bit more, but I'm still wondering about nuances with like, oh, boku yori jozu desu. Like, if I'm saying, oh, wow, he's really good, boku yori jozu desu. Yeah, he's better than me. It's kind of what that means, because that's what I kind of inferred, but I'm not 100% if I can just like throw that in a sense, like out in the wild with no context. I'm still not at that point. Anyways, homework. All we're doing is Wanikani and journal. There really isn't much else. Oh, I completely forgot to look at the listening. That was yesterday's homework. That's on me. For me, that'll be tonight. I will try my best. I looked at this today because I was trying to plan out my workbook schedule at lunch. So I forgot that I needed to listen to it. Because I'm not used to having no homework, really, for these kinds of things. Which is kind of nice. Gives me more time for Wanikani and getting through all my reviews a little bit faster. But slow and steady wins the race. We will hopefully get there in the end. But don't want to rush things too fast. Kind of seeing the burnout and not all the memory from going through Genki 1 to the N5 exam is proof enough of that. So with that being said, hopefully we can continue. But yeah, Wanikani, do your journal. I'll see you tomorrow. Deuces.